Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the channel. A lot of stuff to talk about. Cars related wise. In this here, live. Should be less than an hour, hopefully. I'm gonna be opening some cars. I'm gonna be talking about toy car type things, video game cars, maybe real life car stuff as well. I mean, definitely real life car talk as well, but just maybe not as much compared to toy cars or video game car stuff. You've already seen the post on my channel. I'm trying to organize a lot of my premium diecast cars for like whenever I open them. I'm trying to organize them by diecast car manufacturers, so like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Tarmac Works, Brago, so on and so forth. That kind of stuff. That is going to take me some time to do. Another thing that is supposedly going to happen this week, and if I'm able to, is finish off Toy Car Baseball somehow. I gotta finish Toy Car Baseball off somehow, just because once that's done, I won't have to really do Toy Car Sports stuff for I don't know how long. I mean, because I'm gonna start getting more busy here because of college class stuff. Anyways, back to the talk of diecast cars, video game cars, and real life car stuff. I am gonna be opening 3 Outer Worlds in this live. Hopefully, that gets people excited. I'm glad you're here, Anthony. Something that I wouldn't say I'm proud of as a collector, but more of like I'm surprised that this is the first time ever I have version A and version B of this one particular Auto World car, just because this one is going to go by extremely quick. It's not the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Surprisingly, I have both versions of that from Auto World in gray and yellow. I don't even know how I found both of those, but I did. But no, it's one of these other cars I'm going to be showing actually. This one right here sells out extremely quick. I don't know why, but it does. This Auto World GT40 Mark 1, because it's the first generation of the GT40 sports car and race car. Well, I guess technically back in that term, it would be considered more of a supercar and a race car, but most of the time you rarely ever saw these on the road back then. This is the version B color. Now, the version A was silver. I kind of like this blue version better than the silver version. That's just my opinion and say on this, but who knows? And yes, I'm literally looking at the back of it, and it says you might be holding an ultra red card. Turn the card and package around. So look, no, I've already done that. It's not an ultra red. However, there is an ultra red version of this car. In fact, I think every car that Auto World does, there's probably an ultra red version of it. Now the weird thing is for Auto World, they don't have chase stickers on their cars at all. Never have, never will. So if anyone's trying to find a Auto World Ultra Red, just realize that it's gonna look different than this red. It's gonna be a much shinier, dark looking red. So this is red. It's not ultra red color, and here's why. Because this isn't like darker looking red. Kind of like the color red on that Alpha over there. It's not as dark compared to it. So the other thing that you might need to realize in an ultra red chase is the wheels are going to be like the wheel like the tire might still be black, but the wheels might be like white or something like that for like the wheel rim paint, whatever it is. But most of the time when you see an ultra red, it's like a really darker looking red compared to what the car is supposed to be. In fact, most of the time, if anyone does ever find an ultra red Auto World chase, the main thing you're going to notice is if you're comparing it to that one, and let's say there's an ultra red of that ultra red version of this same car is going to be much darker. So you want to pay attention for that. Anyways, I'm going to open these cars right now, actually. These are actually brand new Auto World castings, surprisingly, for the local Walmart store. These are 2022 release 3 castings, surprisingly. Now, we're not onto like 2023 release A or stuff like that. No, I don't know what it is with Autoworld, but they seem to be very far behind on their car castings. Thought that hood would, open. Well, I'm not going to jinx that. Well, what I meant to say is I'm not going to waste time trying to open a hood. That's all I'm gonna say. So there's the Challenger RT Scat Pack opened. This is now my third Challenger from Autoworld in my collection. And speaking of Autoworlds, actually, there's going to be 2 Mitsubishis coming out from them this year. It's either a GTO Mitsubishi or the 3000 GT, one of those 2, along with the Starion. And both of those are going to be bought out really quickly because of, the JDM collectors at stores. That's just, unfortunately, going to happen. California Special. Well, it's the GT California Special. The only thing that makes this car special is because it's a special version of the GT, it has slightly more power increase compared to the regular GT version. So this one produces 430 horsepower, whereas the regular one is probably closer towards that. This one's in Yellow Blaze. And it's actually the first time I'm opening this version of this car because I think I have an older GT CS from like 65 or 69, I think. Oh, that hood opens. That hood definitely opens. Yeah, the Challengers, those hoods are really hard to open. All right. Last one is going to be my favorite from this 3 Autoworlds opening. The GT40 Mark 1 in blue. Oh, wow. This thing looks really nice. Just like the silver version, this one looks really nice. And yes, this one is custom. It's metallic blue. I guess the only reason they are using custom paint jobs is because the Ford GT40 back in its day was not really much of a street car. It was more of racing at Le Mans in the 1960s. And yes, it did beat Ferrari in that racing event. Now, speaking of Le Mans, surprisingly, Ferrari's back in Le Mans at the very highest class, which is the hypercars class, with the 499P. Cadillac's coming back. I forgot what their hypercar is called, but it's based off their Daytona prototype from IMSA Racing, but much newer. Peugeot's back in Le Mans at the top class. Toyota, we already knew they were coming back again. Surprisingly, out of all those companies, Audi is not coming back, which I guess is a good thing because then it gives all those other companies a chance to, battle each other out, see who's going to be better at Le Mans this year. That's cool. Are you talking about those in real life, Anthony, or toy cars from Autoworld? Because I actually have both versions of the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon from Autoworld. One's in yellow, one's in gray. Hold on, I'll be back shortly. That is just boring. Let's do another race. Same track, just slightly less laps. go. Okay, now I won't feel so smushed in. I had a feeling you were. Alright. Just doing some racing stuff on Gran Turismo 5 as well, actually. Yep. Speaking of toy car stuff, this Tarmac Works Formula One car, I believe, adds my to my collection. My I want to say fourth, fifth, or sixth Formula One car in my F1 cars collection. Gotta say, for $20, this thing is really nice looking. Mini GT is coming out with like Formula One, like old and new kind of cars, or like Grand Prix looking like cars, or Formula One cars that look very unique because of how many wheels they'll have. Because a Mini GT is making a car that looks like it should be in Grand Prix, but I think it's an old Formula One car, and this thing had like, I want to say 6 wheels, I think. I don't know. It's from a car company called Tyrrell, and I don't really know much about that brand of cars in real life. So yeah, that's that pretty much. Now this one and this one, I don't know if these are treasure hunts or not, or supers, but actually those tires do like rubber. These could be supers. Yeah, these are definitely treasure hunts because of that treasure symbol thing right there, I guess. So I guess these are technically treasure hunts, and back in the day, those were referred to as the Hot Wheels Supers because Hot Wheels, I guess, didn't have a Super Treasure Hunt series back in that time, or if they did, they must have been completely different cars. So yeah, these are either treasure hunts or super treasure hunts. I'm not really sure, but they definitely have rubber tires on them. So I know that treasure hunts nowadays they don't have rubber tires on them. So obviously these must have been old-time supers. Oh, that's cool. So actually, when I find the silver version, which is the version A of this one from Auto World of the GT40 Mark One, I'm going to compare both of them. And actually, it is right there. I could compare both, but I'm deciding not to. So yeah. Now, speaking of cars and whatnot, I normally don't mention, stuff like I don't want to come across bragging per se for this next thing, but I have 3 of this as a chase car in my collection. Did I need to buy all 3? Probably not, but I did anyways. Did I find all 3 in the same day? No, obviously not. I found 2 of them in the same day at the local Walmart store somehow, and then this one I had to wait a while to find. So yeah, speaking of chase cars and whatnot, this is a chase car. Hey, Brendan, thanks for joining. This is my NASCAR chase car. So yeah, just talking about car stuff, Brendan. That's all pretty much. Now, I believe this is the one you were talking about, Brendan. Whereas these 2 cars right here, these are Carl Roof, and these are completely different from Porsche cars back in the day, because these roof cars had way more horsepower than Porsche cars did, and they are completely different names and use completely different transmissions compared to the Porsche car would have, and cost a whole lot more, actually. Although, if we're gonna speak about Porsche, what do you think of this car? 911 GT3R race car. I have a Golf racing version of the same exact one, except for the fact that that wing right there fell right off of it when I opened it. This one, I don't think I'm going to do that same mistake on, so I'm probably just going to keep it like this as a display one. So yeah, that's just going to stay displayed like that, most likely. That's my most expensive Hot Wheels car as of right now, that Skyline Super. Well, since you're here, Brendan, I'm not sure if you saw me open these 3 Auto World cars. The GT40 Mark 1 in blue. California Special of the GT Mustang from 2012. And the Challenger RT Scat Pack in red. Well, not Ultra Red Chase version red, just that version red, which looks more orange, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just doing Gran Turismo 5 auto racing stuff right there. And I either hit a wall or hit 2 cars, then hit the wall. Doesn't matter because I'm still going to win that race. And probably going to have like 1.1 million credits in Gran Turismo 5 soon. You know, the sad thing is, I actually opened that car, and I'm wishing I didn't now because it would have been a lot of money to sell for it. To be honest, I don't really know where I got the shirt from that I'm wearing right now. But, yeah. Speaking of chase cars, my first ever M2 chase. It's a non-sticker chase, but it's the 750-piece chase version, though. Because the regular one has silver rim paint, and I don't know if there's like the red outline on the wheels or not, because there may or may not be. I have 3 of these cars from that Ford GT Heritage Racing Series. I'm not sure when this will ever happen, but I'm trying to finish that series off just because I like the Ford GT a lot. I mean, the GT40 is what got me into liking the newer versions of the GT from 05 to like 17 or 18 when they discontinued it. Ooh, here's a unique one from my collection. This is a Tarmac Works collaboration model with Shmee 150. I don't know if that's really his actual real life name, but it's his YouTube channel name. If you're into cars, definitely recommend subscribing to Shmee 150. He does a lot of cool stuff with cars. And there's also a channel called Car Wow where they do these really cool drag racing and off-road type challenge events. And subscribe to them too as well. Same with Donut Media. Those are 3 really cool real life car like challenges and stuff like that kind of channels I'd recommend subscribing to. So surprisingly, somehow, I don't know how long ago this was, but I did end up finding 2 of these at the local Walmart store. That was like weeks ago, probably like maybe about a month or 2 ago. And either way, I've had this one in my collection for maybe a month or so by now. I already traded the other one away, so that one will be staying in my collection. That is not for trade. Same with this one too. Good catch by me. I could have got a second one of these, but decided not to. I was going to, but got a little bit late on finding my chance of getting the second one. Do I really need a second one of this chase? No, probably not. Oh, that controller just turned off again. It's always doing that. Oh, here's a really great car from my collection. I think of all the already R8 race cars of 2014 to 17, because I'm not sure when the Hot Wheels ones came out for the same style of body as this one did. I like this one the most because it's gold and there's some red on it too. Now this one, because it's like $30, I don't think I'll ever see myself opening this one. It's just too cool looking. Speaking of cars, I'm probably not going to open. Well, I may consider opening it. I'm not sure, but it's this RS3 touring car. It's my first ever Tarmac Works and newest sedan touring car race car in my collection. It's in yellow and green paint job, by the way. Now, since Hot Wheels and so far I haven't heard nothing from Matchbox or Making Ferrari, I have a new brand that I'm starting to buy for our Diecast car products from. Tarmac Works. Yep. Oops, almost dropped it. This one's in like a really dark blue looking color, I think. It's hard to tell. But this is the 48 GT from 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2019. So yeah, the race this car was from is 4 years old now, surprisingly. So yeah, my main goal is somehow this weekend try to get all these premium diecast cars and that stuff sorted through my storage container boxes, solutions, whatever I want to call them. And once that's all done and sorted through, I don't think I'll have really any trouble finding certain cars I need quickly then. Oh, my race is about to finish. Yeah, that car's going to be 2 laps behind. It's weird because they have me going under 34 seconds for fastest lap there with auto drive mode on, but I can't even go that fast with me driving it. Anyone still here? Brendan or Anthony? Sorry, I need to drink something. Well, hopefully someone's still here. Whoops. Almost started the race again. Let's see what cars are in used car dealership in Gran Turismo 5 now. My next 6-lane track racing event is going to be rally cars. So yeah, that'll be fun. My next race with that 6-lane track over there that I'm pointing to is going to be rally cars. RWC, GRC, and just other rally cars that may not have competed in those kind of events or not. Who knows? So yeah, I don't know when that's exactly going to happen or not, just because that Toyota off-road truck, I would consider it a rally car just because of the racing number stuff on it. So yeah, interesting Mitsubishi. So I'm just looking at options of cars on Gran Turismo 5 dealership stuff. Not really many cars catching my attention, surprisingly, lately, which doesn't make sense. Oops, I went to the wrong thing. Well, to be honest, that's pretty much it for this live. If anyone wants to, talk more about cars or have me answer questions about cars, that's pretty much it for this live stream right now, actually. So yeah, if anyone has anything they want to add on the topic of real life cars, video game cars, diecast cars, or ask me questions so I can answer them, or ask you questions so you can answer them, then I'll just keep the live going for a little bit longer. Not too much longer, but a little bit more. Otherwise than that, it's pretty much anyone's free to leave the live stream when they feel like right now. Alright, bye everyone, thanks for watching and joining, and I'll see you all next time in my next cars or video game video or live stream. Bye. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And also happy diecast cars hunting too. Because you never know what you'll find. You never know what you'll find at stores unless you go to stores from, the diecast car stuff. Bye.